as it was understood by that first generation. Not just any interpretation, any understanding. No. If we have this clear, then we protect ourselves from people who are popping up amongst us saying, we need a new interpretation. I remember hearing some time back one sister saying, we need a feminist tafsir of the Quran. As if the tafsir is going to change if a female scholar does it instead of a male. It's not going to change. Because if that tafsir is based on the understanding of that first generation, it's not going to change. It's one. Remember Aisha radiallahu anha, wife of the Prophet ﷺ, she narrated the fourth most narrations from the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ of all of the companions. And in it was tafsir. So it is there already. We don't need to go find a feminist tafsir of the Quran, because the people who made tafsir, the mufassirun, were all male, so we say they're male chauvinists and their chauvinism is in the tafsir. No, this is nonsense. This is nonsense. And the person who calls to Allah, he or she must first have knowledge. As we said, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ, that's basic knowledge. Give that much. If that's all you have, give it. And stop there. Know where your limits are. But there should be a basis of knowledge. As Allah said, قُلْ هَذِهِ سَبِيلِي أَدْعُو إِلَى اللَّهِ عَلَى بَصِيرًا. He had the Prophet ﷺ say that. Say, this is my way and I invite to Allah with certain knowledge. عَلَى بَصِيرًا. And in the da'wah there should be kindness and gentleness. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the Prophet sallallahu لَوْ كُنْتَ فَضًّا غَلِيظَ الْقَلْبِ لَمْ فَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلِكَ. If you were harsh and hard-hearted, they would have fled from around you. So there should be kindness and gentleness in the da'wah, explaining Islam to others. Unfortunately, a number of people who have taken this responsibility don't have this. And so in trying to convey the message, they chase people away from Islam. The Prophet ﷺ was quoted by Aisha to have said, إِنَّ الرِّفْقَ لَا يَكُونُ فِي شَيْءٍ إِلَّا زَانَهُ وَلَا يُنْزَعُ مِنْ شَيْءٍ إِلَّا شَانَهُ. Whenever gentleness is in a thing, it beautifies it. And whenever it is withdrawn from something, it defaces it. So gentleness is essential in conveying the message. The Prophet ﷺ was also reported to have said, "Man yuhram al-rifq, yuhram al-khair." One deprived of gentleness is deprived of all good. Gentleness was the way of the Prophet ﷺ. And the da'wah should be with wisdom. Ud'u ila sabili rabbika bil hikmah. Call to the way of your Lord with wisdom. Meaning that we should use our experience, benefit from others, take guidance from the Quran and from the Sunnah. Bring that all together in the course of inviting people to Islam. And we should be patient, because if one cannot be patient, then one cannot take up the responsibility of conveying the message. And part of that has to do with people thinking we have to convert people to Islam. No, we only have to convey the message. If we understand that, we can be patient. But if we think we have to convert people, then we become impatient. Because you will get out there and try to invite 10 people to Islam, and maybe all 10 of them will refuse. They're not interested. You invite another 10, same thing happens. And if you think that it's your duty to convert them, what's going to happen to you? You're going to be depressed. You're going to say, well, what's the point? And you're going to give up. But if you understand that, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ Indeed, you cannot guide whom you love. And he said that to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That the Prophet himself, alayhi salatu wasalam, could not guide people. He told him instead,